Today, Coco Chanel is known as one of the most influential designers to live. The term Chanel is a household name. Not only did she revolutionize fashion in her time, her ideals and branding are mirrored in modern-day fashion and consumerism. Coco's choices are used as a success model for today's big-name influencers and brands. Coco was known for the simplicity of her designs. She invented the idea of genre pauvre, which translates to poor look. During the war, expensive fabric was in short supply. Coco capitalized off of this circumstance with her use of jersey in women's clothing, which was typically only used for men's underwear at the time. The simplicity of her designs in combinations with the materials made her line easily copied and cheaply produced. With the help of men that would be called sugar daddies today, she launched her brand and opened stores, these men being Etienne Balsan, but most notably Boy Capel. Although Coco, being a woman of class and with the success of her brand, was able to return his investment in just a few short years. Boy Capel thought Coco was crazy in charging astronomical prices for these simple and cheaply produced garments, but she was just a bit smarter than him and knew the shallow facts of consumerism in fashion. Coco knew that with the proper marketing of her brand, the high prices made her garments that much more desirable. Coco would send socialites to events in her pieces, which turned her line into a status symbol. People wanted to wear her clothing and were willing to pay the price. In 1925, she released the most recognizable symbol in the fashion industry, the iconic Chanel logo with the overlapping C's. Like her clothes, donning the symbol became a representation of status and wealth. With these marketing tactics, Coco's profit was astronomical and it ensured the success of her brand. Because of what her brand represented, she had unbelievable influence in regards to trends. With this, she allowed herself to revolutionize women's fashion. Finally, women were allowed comfort and fashion simultaneously. As Coco once said, "I gave them back their bodies that were drenched in sweat due to fashion's finery, lace, corsets, underclothes, and padding." Her silhouettes offered movement. She also gave us the iconic and timeless little black dress. Perhaps most importantly, she gave us pants. And women were more than willing to wear them because Coco was the deciding voice of fashion. Her influence in the direction of fashion is much more vast than just these pieces, but what is important is how she made it possible through the initial marketing of her brand.
Is it a guarantee that this Kardashian will be the tallest Kardashian? Hopefully.
What's up, Cam in the middle? In the middle. She got you.
As cringeworthy as some may find it, if there was a US version of the royal family, it would be the Kardashians. They are at the forefront of all media, and people are as invested in the family as if it was their own. Their mass success and vast wealth was not without effort. Many would credit their success to the choices of the iconic momager, Kris Jenner. While she may be the face of their management, there is an entire team surrounding this family to cultivate their brand. Brand being the key word. Like Chanel, they turned themselves into a household name with the cultivation of this brand. Amusingly, their copycat tactics in regard to Chanel were often very obvious, as seen here with their former Kardashian collection logo, which bears striking resemblance to the iconic Chanel logo. In regards to the fashion industry, the spouse of Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, has designed and marketed his brand, Yeezy, in the same manner as the great Coco Chanel. The Yeezy brand has been marketed and turned into a status symbol in almost the exact same way as the Chanel brand, but with a modern and digital twist. First and foremost, he copied Coco's idea of genre pauvre. Many have called Kanye's clothing hobo chic. He turned sweatshirts, sweatpants, and basic tees into a look that is now highly sought after. Like Coco's line, these garments are cheaply produced and sold for a huge profit. Kanye is able to charge these prices for the same reason as Coco. He marketed them into a symbol of wealth and status. Most notably, the Yeezy sneakers have become a status symbol. These ridiculously simple sneakers range from $500 to over $1,000. Kanye modernized Coco's marketing tactics by capitalizing on the influence of social media. Coco sent socialites to parties in her clothing to make her clothing desirable. To Kanye's advantage, he is married to the most followed socialite today. Kim alone has 110 million followers on Instagram and 60 million on Twitter. With her help, he launched the most talked about fashion campaign for Yeezy Season 6. With his marketing methods, he had his line trending on Twitter for weeks, and in true Coco fashion, what he did was simple but extremely effective. He put Kim in his clothing, and paparazzi's religious following of her offered him free advertisement as they photographed and published her in his clothing. He arranged to have several other socialites and social media influencers copy Kim's paparazzi shots and share them on their personal pages, which launched the #KimClone and #Yeezy Season 6 campaign. Among these people were the Claremont twins, Jordan Woods, Abigail Ratchford, and even pornographic actress Layla Starr. But what truly, in Kim's words, broke the internet was Paris Hilton participating as one of the #KimClones. This is what got everybody talking because Kim used to work as Paris Hilton's personal assistant, and now Kim's arguably far more successful than the hotel heiress who is posing as Kim for the Yeezy campaign, creating shocking irony. In this way, Kanye took Coco's basic concept of sending out influential people in her clothing to a whole new level with the incorporation of social media. It goes without saying that Kanye does not have the design talent of the great Coco Chanel, but it is clear that, like Coco, he capitalized off of the realities of consumerism and fashion. He turned his brand into a status symbol. Due to this, he can release obscure and out-of-the-ordinary garments, and they will sell. Even if people do not necessarily love Kanye's clothing, they are willing to pay the price because of what it symbolizes.